Siberius, and we about to get serious. It's the real Siberius, making fanboys furious.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I want to address LeBron surpassing Dennis Rodman in rebounds. You know, I let a lot of shit go. Despite probably the tone and composure of my videos, you probably wouldn't think that I'm holding back, but I am. And now I'm fucking pissed. Rodman is my favorite player of all time. I also believe, in my opinion, he is the greatest rebounder to ever play the game. And there's a few reasons why I think that. One, because I've never seen anyone put in more effort to get a fucking rebound than him. Also, if you saw The Last Dance or if you've seen various interviews of him, he's talking about how he studied rebounds, how he would have his friends shoot baskets from all these different positions, and he would study how the ball would rebound off of the backboard, how it would roll, how it would spin. He mastered rebounding. And it was his want to do that. He saw his talent, and he decided he was not going to be the best. He was going to be the only person that does what he did. And he did. He fucking mastered it. So when people have the fucking balls to say that LeBron is just as good or a better rebounder than Rodman, I want to beat you to death. Because not only is it a blatant fucking lie, how dare you? How dare you disparage somebody that put in so much effort into somebody that lazily stands under the fucking basket waiting for a rebound to fall into their hands? Fuck you if you think that. In the background, I put up some highlights of Rodman rebounding, because I imagine some of you weren't old enough to see Rodman play, whether it be for the Pistons or the Bulls or the Spurs or the Lakers or whatever fucking team he was on. He was and is the best rebounder ever. If you look on my YouTube page, my banner is Dennis Rodman parallel to the fucking ground diving for a ball. Find another picture of another player doing that. No one was willing to risk their body, their health, their mind, their game for a fucking ball going out of bounds. So don't ever put those two in the same conversation. I get annoyed when people mention Jordan and LeBron in the same sentence, but I'll be fucked if I let people mention Rodman and LeBron in the same sentence. I will not stand for it. You can say a lot of things about Rodman. You can talk about his off-court antics. You can talk about his on-court antics. You can talk about his relationships, his drug use, the fact that at one point he was probably going to kill himself. You can talk about all kinds of things, but you can't talk about his play. Certainly not on the Bulls, not on the Pistons. Maybe after that. I was going to say on the Spurs, yeah, he was kind of unhinged. On the Lakers, he was pretty much useless. I think he even played for the Mavs for 20 minutes or something. I honestly can't remember. I only really watched his career on the Pistons and the Bulls. And I don't have the numbers in front of me because I didn't make any notes I didn't write anything down. I wanted this to be completely from within. I wanted it to be an emotional reaction because it is an emotional reaction. I did a video where I was comparing similar stats under the same length of time for LeBron against other actual all-time greats. And for rebounds, I used Dennis Rodman. And I think Rodman played 14 years in the NBA. And when he retired, I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly how many rebounds he had. But within the same time period, LeBron had 3,000 less rebounds. 3,000 less. It's taken him 8 fucking years to surpass Rodman in rebounds. If I hear someone in my life, in person, say that LeBron is as good of a rebounder as Rodman is, I'm going to prison. Not jail, prison, because I'm probably going to beat them to death. And I imagine that YouTube will probably, when I'm going through the verification process before I can post a video, if it catches me saying that shit, it will flag this and I won't be able to post the video until I take it out. But I don't care. Fuck them. I'm taking the same road that Barkley did. Anybody that says that LeBron is as good as Jordan or better than Jordan, I'm just going to slap him in the mouth. No questions asked. I'm just going to slap him right in the mouth. I don't know what has happened. I'm just so fucking angry. I don't normally get angry. I normally get impassioned when I make these videos. I don't normally get angry. I'm fucking angry. The fact that they keep moving fucking goalposts. Do you want to know when surpassing somebody's record is impressive? Is if you do it faster than they did it. So let's just say off the top of my head that in Rodman's career, he had 13,000 rebounds. Again, I didn't make notes of the numbers. I don't recall off the top of my head. Let's just say, for argument's sake, he had 13,000 rebounds in 14 years. In order to surpass him, you have to get 13,000 rebounds in less time. If it takes you more time, especially if it takes you 8 more fucking years, it's not even worth mentioning. It's just like I think it took 7 or 8 more seasons for LeBron to surpass Jordan in 30-point games. And in all honesty, thank God AD pointed that out. Because I'm sure most people didn't fucking know. They just take that information and run with it and be like, oh, see, this is another reason that LeBron is better than Jordan. He beat him in 30-point games. Yeah, after almost a fucking decade more of playing. And now it's the same thing with rebounds. And the media and fucking fanboys are going to start glazing for it? Absolutely fucking not. There may be some people that will tolerate this shit. I will not tolerate it. You don't get to move goalposts. Look at that fucking dive for the ball. Who else is going to do that? And not only, I'm not talking about once or twice. There are highlight after highlight after highlight of Rodman being parallel to the ground, going after a ball to keep it in play. Look at that fight. And he actually got offensive rebounds. It wasn't just defensive rebounds. I think the offensive rebounds between Rodman and LeBron was the most egregious. I want to say Rodman had 2,000 more offensive rebounds than LeBron within that same time period. Because Rodman is getting rebounds. I don't know what the hell you call LeBron's rebounds, but it's not a rebound. If you don't have to move, if you don't have to jump, if you barely have to catch the ball, I'm sorry, that shouldn't fucking count. It's like passes counting as assists nowadays. It's not the same thing. The level of effort isn't the same thing. The level of skill isn't the same. You're watering down the softest era. It's watered down enough. I'm disgusted. I'm getting to the point, the more that I do this channel, it's not making me love basketball more. It's making me fucking hate it more. The only time I can feel even a modicum of joy watching the game is if I go back almost 30 fucking years. I understand they still played decent basketball in, the early 2000s and 2010s. It still wasn't the fucking same. You can say that, but it wasn't. And I'm not just talking about hand checking, though I do think the removal of hand checking has ruined the game. I think the more egregious rule is the adding of the 3-second rule. Like, come on. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And then they call it the free movement era. How about because you outlawed any sort of fucking opposition? How hard is it to get a rebound when the other team doesn't even fucking try? If you like my unhinged tirades, then you're probably going to love this video. If you don't, which I also completely understand, you're probably going to hate it. And I'm not going to lie. If you don't like it, I don't know why you'd be subscribed. And I certainly don't know why you would keep listening if you're not a fan. I'm working on a new video and it's going to take a little while, and not even because there's a lot of video editing in it. There's actually none. But the premise of the video is LeBron can't win or lose. And I'm curious to see what you guys are going to think about it. But when I saw this and I realized I'm a few days late to the party, but I was actually busy in life for a change and I didn't get the opportunity to make the video until now. But as soon as I saw this, I knew it was a fucking joke because of that video that I had made about how does LeBron compare in the same time frame as actual greats, and he falls well short in every single aspect. But I can't remember which was worse, whether it was rebounds versus Rodman or assists versus Magic. But I believe in both within that same time period. There were thousands different. So when people talk about sustained excellence, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And when they mention longevity, who cares? If you simply refuse to stop doing something and then no one holds your terrible play accountable, why would you stop? Especially when dunce fucking teams will continue to pay you $50 million to be dog shit and ruin the chemistry on their team. Fuck it. I don't care about the NBA anymore. At this point, burn it to the fucking ground. I'd like to see it disappear than continue. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you made it to the end, I certainly appreciate it. But this one almost broke me. Anyway, I still want to shout out the content creators that continue to inspire me to do this. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Beam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, King Speech Road, Goatcast Hoops, DZ Shooting. I always appreciate your guys' takes, your perspectives, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.